Amani, a vision in Masai red, stepped off the bus, dust swirling around her ankles. For years in Dar es Salaam had polished the girl from the village into a stunning woman. But the warmth that used to greet her at the mud hut entrance was gone. Mama Halima, her once vibrant mother, looked frail, leaning heavily on a man Amani didn't recognize. "Mama?" Amani's voice cracked. Mama Halima's smile was strained. "Amani, my flower. You've grown so much." The man, Jasairi, with muscles that spoke of hard labor, bowed his head. "Welcome, Amani." Amani's nose wrinkled. He was young, barely older than 30, and handsome in a rugged way. Disgust bubbled up. "Mama, how could you?" she blurted. "A gold digger, marrying a man half your age." Mama Halima's smile faltered. Tears welled in Jasairi's eyes, but he said nothing. Shame burned Amani's cheeks. She stormed into the hut, the scent of unfamiliar herbs stinging her nose. Days turned into weeks. Mama Halima grew weaker, muttering a strange name in her sleep. Amani, consumed by guilt and confusion, finally confided in her uncle, Shomari. "She calls out for Jabari," Shomari said, his voice thick with sadness. "He was a good man, Amani. Left for the city to earn a better life, promised to return." He sighed. But he never did. A sudden understanding dawned on Amani. Mama Halima had married Jasairi out of loneliness, hoping for a flicker of Jabari's warmth. Shame gnawed at Amani. One morning, she found Jasairi hunched over Mama Halima, worry etched on his young face. "She's calling for Jabari again," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Amani's heart lurched. This man, young as he was, cared deeply for her mother. Stepping forward, she blurted out, "I can help." Jasairi looked up, surprised. Together, they sat by Mama Halima's bedside, weaving stories of a successful Jabari, sending greetings from the city. A fragile smile touched Mama Halima's lips. Days turned into weeks. Jasairi started leaving for work later, returning with the scent of wood smoke and spices clinging to him. One day, Amani caught him tending a fire, a pot bubbling merrily above it. "What are you doing?" she asked, surprised. Jasairi blushed. "Mama Halima loves my mother's stew. I learned the recipe." A shy smile played on Amani's lips. This strong, capable young man, cooking for her mother. An unfamiliar fluttering filled her chest. Days turned into stolen glances, whispered jokes, and shared meals by the fire. Their secret blossomed under the watchful gaze of the baobab tree. Then, one day, Mama Halima recovered. Walking through the hut, she stumbled upon Amani and Jasairi, their faces inches apart. The world seemed to shatter. Amani's face turned ashen. Mama Halima's eyes welled with tears, a mixture of betrayal and despair. "Amani." Her voice cracked. "How could you?" Amani's world collapsed. "Mama, I love him," she cried. "He's the one. Look at him, he's not old like you." The words cut deeper than any knife. Mama Halima's face turned as white as the sacred clay worn by mourners. Silence stretched, heavy and suffocating. News of the forbidden love spread through the village like wildfire. Whispers turned into accusations. Amani was ostracized, branded an abomination. Jasairi, burdened by the weight of disapproval, remained silent, his love a shield for Amani. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. Amani, young and vibrant, was soon consumed by a mysterious illness. As quickly as it began, it claimed her life, leaving behind a wailing newborn baby and a grief-stricken village. Mama Halima's heart shattered. Amani, her beautiful, headstrong daughter, gone. The guilt was a crushing weight. She couldn't bear to bury her daughter. Days turned into weeks. The villagers, fearing Amani's restless spirit, refused to bury her. Her spirit, a wisp of sorrow, wandered the village, seeking her mother's forgiveness. One night, as Mama Halima sat by the flickering lamp, a cold breeze whispered through the hut. A voice, faint but clear, spoke. "Mama, forgive me." Mama Halima's heart lurched. It was Amani. Tears streamed down Mama Halima's face. "Amani, my flower," she choked out, the dam of grief finally breaking. "Forgive me too, my child. I was blind, judging love by age instead of the warmth of your hearts." The weight on Mama Halima's soul lifted slightly. A gentle sigh filled the air, and the spectral glow of Amani's spirit seemed to waver. The next morning, Mama Halima, frail but resolute, called the village elders together. With tears in her eyes, she confessed her mistakes, her voice trembling as she spoke of Amani and Jasairi's love. The village listened, their hearts softening with Mama Halima's vulnerability. The elders, remembering Amani's kindness and Jasairi's unwavering love, saw the truth. A week later, the rhythmic chanting of a burial ceremony filled the air. A simple grave, adorned with white lilies, Amani's favorite flower, awaited. Mama Halima, supported by Jasairi, placed a single white lily on the lowered casket. As the last rays of the setting sun bathed the village in a warm glow, a sense of peace settled over the land. Amani's spirit, finally forgiven and released, drifted towards the sky, leaving behind a teardrop moon, a silent testament to a love that defied tradition and a mother's love that conquered all.